Hello guys, and welcome to episode 20 of Minecraft Castles and Cities. Today we're taking a look at New Gedym, which is a town that I just finished building last night. We're going to go through all the buildings in the town because there aren't that many, and I want to show you around. So the way the town is laid out is there's kind of a lower dock area and then an upper city that's basically based around this custom cherry tree. So I'm going to take you first to the docks. If you're wondering where we are, over there's Newport, which we saw in our episode 19. And the distance over there is Anchorage. And then far away are the Rosewood Port and Sarneville. But let's take a look. The first thing I want to shout out are these ships. So I built these ships based on a couple of designs from Lord Dacker. Just like I did those ships over there. Really great resource. Obviously, I've made them a bit more to my needs, but I love having ships in my harbor. It kind of messes with the sight lines, so it's a bit tricky, but it does add a lot of life. And in this case, we have two merchant ships in the harbor here. They both have a birch and a mangrove wood aesthetic. You can see the sails are not... the sails are basically all bunched up because they're not sailing. Both of these ships are kind of similar in size, although this one is larger and it has a downstairs part with a little quarters and then storage. I always try to do something different with my builds whenever I make something new. So in this case, I tried to use brown shulker boxes, mushroom stems, using some furnaces to look like chimneys. I'm trying to use a lot of mangrove in this case and things like the raw copper blocks. Let's go through it. So say you're a sailor coming into town. You'll step off onto this lovely dock area here. Hopefully it's not too dark. If it is, I will boost the brightness. But first thing you're going to see is there's a little warehouse. I'll get a torch here. But we have a little warehouse where we're storing some just crates and an extra ladder and stuff. Here we have the Kingsmen inn and board. So I'll take you inside. We have a nice little lovely patio out here with some flowers. Coming inside, we have a common room. Trying to use a lot of the cherry wood saplings and cherry wood generally. Here we have a taller door made with a trapdoor and some signs behind it. Because unlike these spruce trapdoors, you can't get like a full block. And then over here we have our small kitchen. So you can see that there's a little like copper skillet and then a like a little cooking area. Another thing I did that I don't often do is using coral. So just using cobble and andesite I found was too plain, so in this case we've mixed all three blocks together. If you want to get a room at the Kingsmen, you come through the side here. Then we have a couple of rooms you can sleep the night in. So we have a smaller one here, and if you pay a little bit extra, you can have a nicer room with a double bed and a little painting. And I'll just show you up here in the attic is where we are sleeping. We meaning the people who actually run the inn. I'm not sure what books are here. One of the things I tried to do a lot here is to include a bunch of books throughout the town. So in this case, this is the opening lines of the book A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. And I just wanted it to look like they had some interesting reading material here. Well, let's go down now and we'll exit here and take a look at the next house down the line. All these houses do have kind of shops in them. One of them has a little archaeological gallery, which I'm very excited to get to. But I want to take my time with this build because it's been taking me longer to build and I don't want to rush through it. I do want to savor it and appreciate my own stuff. So here we have Montoya swords. We have two shops here that are stuck together, both on different angles. So this one is maybe like an 18-degree angle-ish. And then this one is a little bit steeper. We can see on the outside that we have a gutter running down. And if we go inside, see that here we have some swords on display. So we have netherite, iron, and gold. A little shelf stocking area with a grindstone. And then here we have a combat dummy if you test out the sword. Show you up here. We have basically the kind of kitchen slash like main room. So this is where people are eating. There's a little pot here. You can see the ships outside and the little fire. One of the things I wanted to do with this place compared to most of my other builds as well is to include more music. So there are music discs as well as hunting horns around here, and there is a music shop I'll show you in a bit. Here we have the bedroom, though. It's not fully closed off, it's just a walkthrough. And I'll come back to this painting later for reasons you might be able to guess. But it's going to link up to another build. So let's exit out here and go down to the jewelry shop. This is a much taller building. Go inside though. Oh, I really like the way this looks with shaders. These look really nice. So it's a little jewelry shop. It's made to look kind of like fluorescent lighting, like a shopping mall. But here we have our little jewelry bits. Obviously, there's no jewelry in Minecraft, so here we're using like diamonds, gold pressure plates. There's a golden nugget, iron nugget. Here we have the daylight sensor, which is supposed to look kind of like a little like jewelry box. And if we come to the end, we even have an Eye of Ender, because I think it looks like a really nice pearl, or some kind of like gemstone, like tiger's eye. And back here, we just have a little slot for our earnings. That's this shop, and if we exit out, we can go to the upper levels, basically where the living quarters are, if we go up that main staircase. I want to take you through the rest of this little dock area though first. So here we have a couple of signs saying New Gedym with the little sun symbol in each corner. I use the same symbol at the bank building up there, so I wanted to copy paste it down here, kind of tie the build together. And I wanted this build to feel really kind of light and summery. So here we have a bunch of little tables out, almost like people are just, like grabbing a drink at the tavern and then coming out to sit by the water. It's a pretty chill place. I'll show you here we have a little storage area, and this is for the New Gedym trading hub. So a callback to way back in the day. I used to have a Minecraft Bedrock world where I didn't really understand how like shops and trading worked back in the Middle Ages. So I just made this big room where there were a bunch of tables and people could like come and like trade goods with each other. And that's kind of what this is. It's basically a place for like traders to exchange their goods. That world blew up by accident, and then it unblew up because of an old Minecraft bug where your world used to not save like 10 hours of progress. So a complicated history. But here we have a little waiting area / kind of reception, going with this kind of turquoisey theme. Here we have the sign up sheet for the day, so we can see that we have 3 traders in. And here we have the little area. So here's all our little trading seats. And basically you would sign up for the day. Obviously this is like fantasy, like I explained, like this is not how it really works, but you come in here for the day, you sign up, and then you basically trade your goods with a person. And here we have a locked door where they're keeping some of their goods that they've traded. So say you made like a big sale and you want to put something away just for a minute and not have it on you. And I'll just show you right at the end here, we have a little lighthouse. So we have a bunch of firewood in here, and then we have a burning little pyre, just so you don't crash into the docks. Oh, and of course, we gotta have our toilet. Because if you're hanging around here for a while, But the centerpiece of the city is kind of this main walkway up that leads into this plaza. I'll show you briefly, but if we come down here, there's kind of like a middle level. So on this side, this is a little residential area for the jeweler. And then for the trading hub guy, this is his place. So a lot of these houses are kind of color-coded. So basically like this one is color-coded around the theme of orange, but some of them are more around turquoise and stuff like that. And I just want to show you, if you come in here, you can see that there are kind of income records for this. Like I said, I wanted to include a lot of custom books in this world. Or not in this world, just in this little build. Let's go back up though. So the first shop I want to take you in is this one. This is the music shop. It's really hard to build on a diagonal, but I wanted to make this build almost exclusively diagonals. I don't know, just to prove that I could do it. And like I said, I like to make different stuff. So this place is called Egbert's Tunes, and we have the little Unicode symbols. Here we have some nice flowers on the side, and let's go inside. So we're using the glazed terracotta floors here. We have our hunting horns, our little music discs. And I tried to use these banners almost to look like how you would differentiate different music genres. So you could say like maybe this genre is more like, I don't know, like Mojang stuff, and this is more like world music. You have a little jukebox here if you want to try out your tunes. And then back here, we have, well, my favorite music discs and hunting horns. And there's a little parrot here to dance when you play the music. So I'll just show you. Yeah, he's enjoying himself. I won't really show you the upstairs, but basically this house is themed around turquoise. Going around here, we have a small little side area. So there's another bathroom. Here we have a well going way down. Oh, let me see if I can do this. There we go. And a couple of like little planters and stuff for the house here. So this is the Archaeologist House that I was mentioning before. It's kind of based off of like when you first start a Pokemon game and you go into like Professor Birch's house, or Oak, or whichever version. So this one is Professor Burke. So let's take a look inside. When you come inside right here, there is a gallery of sorts. So you can imagine that this is all different stuff that he found like in sites or from collecting out through the world. So we have plants from the nether, we have our amethyst, a dragon egg, all sorts of little eggs. I wanted to do a sniffer because it fits with archaeology. But if you put a sniffer egg, it hatches, so can't do it. We also have our pottery sherds up here, and the whole room is being lit up with frog lights, just to show how weird it is. This room is also pretty weird, and it's kind of cartoony, and I kind of love it. You can hear me smiling. So here we have our bamboo mosaic blocks and blue stained glass, and then down there we have a little axolotl. So the professor basically is keeping this kind of like in-floor aquarium where he has a little like tropical fish here that he's going to feed the axolotl when it gets hungry. And I love that so much. Coming in here though, we have a little side room and a main bedroom. You can see that Burke has archaeological notes. I won't read it all, but if you want to pause to read it, go ahead. And that's just mentioning a couple of other places we have in our world, being the Agaric Shrine and the city of Medina. I have a video on Medina. I don't have one on the shrine. I might make one someday, but just to kind of tie in the world together. And here in the tree, someone has carved in their initials. Someone knows what that means. If you don't, then don't worry about it. You're not my target audience. But this is a custom cherry tree I made because I tried to spawn in a normal one and it just wouldn't. It kind of just kept clipping into the building. So I made my own cherry tree. And here we have a little artist who is trying to paint the ravine with the water in it. We have a little art brush, a little bucket of paint, and he's going to town with it. And finally, the last building we have is the bank. So we have this kind of like nice awning area, and then it's a big official looking stone building. This is based very slightly on the Junkardi Bank in The Witcher 3. And one of the techniques that I'm using here is using a slightly darker block, meaning tough, to kind of look like shading for the roof. It doesn't stand out a lot, but I think it adds just a little bit. So let's go inside the Golden Bank of New Gedym. So immediately coming inside here, we have the kind of like gold theme on the floor, a little waiting area, and then we have our lines here to go to the kind of like talk to the checking people. Here we have somebody who's giving up like a bag of gold. Just show you. Oh, goodness. But yeah. And if we come back here, so we have our little like kind of deposit boxes. This is a kind of generic little room here just to fill the space. There's an apple here because I imagine that the people who are working might get hungry. And I'll show you the upstairs before the downstairs, because the downstairs is where we have our vault. We have a large bay window here where you can see Newport in the distance. Here we have our archives and records. I made 4 books for this. So we have our archives labeled alphabetically and then records by year. So let me show you. Basically, it's supposed to tell the story of the bank kind of progressing. So in the year 81, we had kind of like small numbers. Then we're getting to kind of different numbers a little bit later, even later still. And then in the year 99, which is the current year, according to this filing system. It's a bit silly, but I wanted to include like a real bookshelf here where you can see that they have the records. And then over here is how you enter the office. So this is Mr. Kai Evans' office. And you can imagine these are like 2 certificates. So sometimes people have like their university certificate up on the wall. And that's kind of what I wanted to show, like a bachelor degree or whatever. Kai Evans is a reference to my own creative writing that I've been working on for a while. He is a Burnican banker who is in a strange land filled with horse people. And I'll show you now. So we have the vault. So basically you come down here, you talk to this guy who has his little like notebook and he's got a pile of gold next to him. We have these scales here just to make sure that people are paying you in like real golden coins, not like plated gold. Just a little chest, and we have the vault. Now there's no way to get into the vault from this side, but if you do want to go in, I'll show you. I will show you exactly how we get into there. So, whoops. Coming back out, if you remember down here, we have a little painting. And someone's been up to some sneaky business. So, coming behind here, we have somebody who has been digging under the vault. And here it is. So we have a barrel full of diamonds here, using prismarine, but it's supposed to be diamonds. A barrel full of amethyst, and then a pile of gold in the corner, a pile of gold coins and gold bars and stuff like that. With, of course, all these little like jeweled, decorated pots. There's no light in here because it's like a bank. Like you wouldn't really need the light back here. But yeah, that's gonna do for today, guys. I'm just gonna get back out here so I can say goodbye properly. I hope you enjoyed this video, though. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It took me a good little while to make this build, and I've been going through it more slowly than I do most of my videos. I don't know, just in the mood too. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please stick around till next time. So yeah, see ya.